are worse things waiting, man, than death.
You will be scared shitless.
Good evening, boys.
Evening.
What's so good about it?
Sims, Jesus Christ.
Well, it's official. I can't have children. Wah, wah. No, hey, my lovely friends.
Do you have your shitting pants on?
I do. I wear a diaper just for the show.
I read that post. It was pretty funny.
It was pretty good.
So, what are we doing tonight?
Twilight Zone, the movie.
Yeah, this is an existential film for me. I'll just throw that out there, you guys. This is one of the big ones for me.
Look at Slinky and look at what he's doing right now.
To say I'm a fan of the show and the movie.
A little bit of an understatement there, sir.
Yeah. I like me some Rod Serling.
I'm so glad because I watched the show casually as a kid and then a little bit less casually as an adult. So it's wonderful to have somebody on board who is an aficionado because you'll be able to reference the original sketches, the original episodes that they redid for the film. And when I was doing research, I always go through and look at all the other podcasters and YouTubers who cover the movie that we're going to do. And something that people kept saying was that the first segment was an original. And it is and it isn't, right? Like there actually is an original Twilight Zone episode where they're at war and there's a bigot played by the Quantum Leap guy, right?
Oh, you mean in the original, it's Dean Stockwell?
Yes. Stockwell, yeah.
Yes. Do you remember that episode by any chance?
Slink?
Not offhand.
Okay. Haha, stumped him.
Yeah. Because there's I grew up watching this show. Every Saturday, for some reason, they would play this either before or after the creature feature. And then Sci-Fi, every New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, they would show the whole fucking series of Twilight Zone. They would just show it from start to finish. And that's how I always marked that Christmas was over. And it's I have to go back to school because the Twilight Zone was on. But I love that shit. Fucking love it.
Sorry.
It's way ahead of its time. It's not supposed to be scary, I don't think, but I've gotten more nightmares off of the Twilight Zone than I think off of horror movies in general, just because they give you those weird stories well, what if you were the last man on Earth and you dropped your glasses and now you can't fucking read your books, or you're in a shuttle that
Burgess Meredith.
Yeah, Burgess Meredith. And they used him for narration in the movie.
Yes, thank God they did. Such a nice link to the original.
But what if you were in a rocket ship and you thought you crash landed on Mars, but you didn't? You were in the Nevada desert and your guys just died thinking you're on a foreign planet. The Twilight Zone's bonkers, man. I love the Twilight Zone.
Well, so the scene you just described reminded me instantly of Planet of the Apes because, of course, they end up back on Earth, right? And I didn't know until today that he has co-writing credit on Planet of the Apes. Rod Serling does.
Serling does? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Stuff, man. Yeah.
Oh, God. So it's fucking amazing to me how cool he was just as a human being, as an individual, as a writer. He's like the epitome of cool, 50s cool.
Dude,
so
he comes out chain smoking a cigarette,
hair slick back,
no fucks given. You went off the rails. You're entering the Twilight Zone. Buckle up, bitch. I don't know what else to say. That was my favorite ride at MGM, was the fucking Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. And I don't like free fall rides, just so it's known. But I rode the fuck out of that ride.
Yeah, that's the only one. That's the only one I'll ride, or the only one that I would have ridden that was of that particular style, because I hate those rides. But
because it's they encases you.
Yeah.
A lot of free fall rides, you're out in the open, and it's no, I don't. No, I didn't wear my shitting pants for this.
I get it though. We'll put up with a lot for our passions, right? I mean, I don't do roller coasters, but there's one roller coaster in Disney that I will be on someday if they don't destroy it by the time I get there. So.
What roller coaster?
Which one?
the rock and roller coaster.
Oh, the Aerosmith one.
Yes,
Oh.
She should have known.
I don't think. See, I don't.
But I've got to
never heard
hurry
of
though.
that.
I've got to hurry up because their contract is up, and so they may retheme that ride any day now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Disney's probably gonna just leave Florida because Florida's uninhabitable anyway.
Yeah, you shouldn't live in Florida.
No one should.
Not at all. Not at all.
As two actual people who live in Florida, Slink and I can tell you.
And I love that you guys live in Florida because I've only been there a couple of times visiting people for various things. I've had a couple of clients flee there to be homeless.
That's
so
all right.
everything you tell me about it tracks, but it's like it is part of America. It's like, it's the dick of America.
Vacation, but if you come here on vacation, you more than likely will leave on probation.
I love that so much.
Like fucking straight up, Florida is.
It's absolutely that. It's just
like New York though.
felons.
When you say New York, right? People think New York City, okay, which is bad enough. I don't know if you've been to New York City, but it stinks. I mean, it literally reeks. I feel sick when I go there. But Florida, I just went to the Everglades section to visit my grandmother many years ago. And then, of course, everybody thinks of Miami when you say Florida.
Unfortunately, yes.
But that's not all of Florida. That's just one city in Florida. So,
But no, you shouldn't live here. Like,
it's all trash.
Lived down here before AC when they had ice delivered to their little ice box in their shanty out in the glades
via the bridge.
Yeah, well, Flagler's Folly. They actually call it that because the guy almost went bankrupt building that goddamn bridge to the Keys.
All for the ice.
But I wanted to lead with that because eventually we're going to have to do an episode of horror movies that take place in Florida or were filmed there because, you guys are there. So why not? Right.
I mean, if we have to, but I don't
have to.
We have to. I mean, the only ones I can think of that are shot in Florida, to be honest, is Blood Rage, which is shot in Jacksonville. And that's the Thanksgiving horror film. And that's it.
Creepers.
Take care. Oh, ew, really?
I'm just saying.
I can't wait to do Jeepers Creepers.
Here's the thing about Florida. You can go shoot a scene in Iowa. You can go shoot a scene in, say, Illinois. And you can shoot a scene in Florida. And you'd be hard-pressed to tell the difference between the three.
Right.
Just because Florida is so unique to where it has coastline, but then the interior of the state looks like Haddonfield. Like it looks like South Jersey. Like there's just farmland and dead trees and churches with bodies pasted to the ceiling and just gnarly stuff.
Guys, House on Haunted Hill, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Day of the Ghost Story.
Oh, right. Wait, Slinky and I had this conversation. The Herschel Gordon Lewis stuff is shot in Florida.
Yes, that's right.
The Devil's Advocate is like one of my favorite movies of all time. The Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves and
there's parts of it shot in Florida. Yeah.
So I mean, Jaws 3. I mean, come on.
Oh, whoops.
They shot Jaws 3 like at SeaWorld. That's
like literally Orlando.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a handful that we, probably are going to touch on at some point, but yeah, I get it. I lived in Virginia Beach for most of my childhood and never went to the beach. People had asked me about it. I would have complained, because I was stuck in Navy housing and everything sucked and whatever. But you guys have, lots of stories.
Smell the beach from where I live. I'm only like
I live on the beach. Like that's what people
on the beach.
So. I live on the actual literal beach. I could walk
so you can put your toes in the sand
and put my toes in the sand, right? And people are like,
Erin, you brought up a Thanksgiving horror movie, right? Did you go see the new one?
No, I haven't had a chance to go and do it yet. I have seen many people who have, and everyone who has seen it has said good things.
Yeah,
so perhaps...
I didn't know what to expect because, I saw that Eli Roth was directing, and the only thing I've ever really enjoyed from him, besides a certain scene in Hostel 2 that I'm not allowed to talk about, apparently, is the Shudder special series that he did, like the behind the history of horror. I thought that was really cool. But
you didn't like Cabin Fever?
Is that the one with the rednecks?
I mean,
there
are rednecks in the film, but it's really about
hey, we're gonna party, man.
It is 100% about a flesh-eating virus.
Yes. Okay. I remember that. Yes.
Decent flick.
Yeah.
Eli Roth, let's see, he did that trailer for Thanksgiving when Grindhouse came out, and I've literally been waiting for him to make this movie.
For
Dude,
20
I'm telling you
years.
guys, mark my words. John Carver is the new like Freddie, Jason, Michael character. There will be a
Dressed like
sequel.
pilgrim. That's amazing.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right, I'm
Sean
in.
Bean was a son of a bitch.
And it was
Like,
fun, and it was only slightly elevated at the beginning, but then the rest of the movie was just a straight up slasher. And I was like, yes, somebody has made a decent slasher for the first time in shit
I've been
since
waiting
I can
for
remember.
Eli to make a slasher flick.
Yeah.
And I'm patiently waiting for him to make a Giallo flick.
Yes, because if anyone's going to do it and they're going to do it justice, it's going to be Eli Roth because of
Eli
his
Roth is,
extensive knowledge of Giallo.
He rivals me with the Giallos.
That is not an easy task.
He just ain't met you yet, man. That's all.
But yeah, no, I love the fact that he made a slasher flick because I guess that's his favorite, subgenre of horror. And if you ever listen to any of his commentaries on any of the discs, Hostel, Hostel 2, whatever, he has a profound love for slasher flicks and an even more profound love for Giallo flicks. And that's who got me into Giallo flicks, was listening to an Eli Roth commentary. And I was like, oh, what is this? Bodies bear traces of carnal violence. Oh my God. And
I mean, just because I have a bad taste in my mouth about torture porn doesn't mean that I don't, respect what he was able to accomplish with the genre, the subgenre. And like I said, that history of horror stuff was just fantastic. Like, I don't think anybody did it better than him at the time. There's been better ones come out since, but very cool shit. Anthologies.
All right.
Twilight Zone the movie. The only anthology I like better is Creepshow. So
this is true.
Yeah. So real quick, are there any better anthologies besides Creepshow and Twilight Zone the movie?
No.
Not in my book.
Dark Side?
Oh.
Ooh,
I would put it at number 3.
Wow.
I would put that at number 3.
It's got Debbie Harry in it, man.
And then I'm gonna throw out a dark horse and say Grim Prairie Tales.
Oh man. No, she didn't. No, she fucking didn't. James Earl Jones like a motherfucker.
And Brad Dourif.
And Brad Dourif. That's right. Oh, what a great flick.
I watched it once at 2:30 in the morning.
That's
sorry.
What I saw. I was like 12.
No, I loved it. I think I had it on VHS.
Couple of the Hammer ones, like the Tales from the Crypt
Tales from
and
the Crypt,
Terror Train.
Actually, After Midnight is a good anthology.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. That was a good 80s, we're gonna tell stories.
And I know everybody is burned out on Art the Clown, but I really liked All Hallows Eve. I enjoyed the shit out of that movie. The last segment was weak, but I loved the rest of them and all the shit tying it together. And I liked the original Art the Clown better than David R. Horton.
David, what is it? Terrifier 2 dethroned Maverick at the box office.
Wow.
Yeah,
rightfully so.
And just by word of effing mouth.
Nice.
Damien Leone, knows what the hell he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
He's reached the standard of cool. He has an action figure. So, absolutely.
So you got to love the anthologies, the original Twilight Zone, of course. Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Yes.
Night Gallery, the fucking caterpillar episode. And then someday, not today, but someday, I'm going to give all my love to Tales from the Dark Side, which is still my favorite TV anthology of all time. So,
movie's pretty good too.
But this movie, so Spielberg saw how fucking cool Rod Serling is. Spielberg actually worked on the pilot episode of Night Gallery. And he said, you know what, you guys, yeah, sure, you own the rights to Twilight Zone. I'll make a movie out of it. They had already talked about doing it before. Rod Serling was going to be involved in everything. He was going to narrate each segment. And then he died in 1975 because he was a chain smoker. And you can die of coolness. It is a thing. So
that totally charts.
Yo, cool, got him. Yeah, for real. I guess I noticed it's his daughter or whoever was running the estate of Rod Serling, Candace Serling. That name popped up in the credits.
Yes, I noticed that too.
That was pretty cool. And I wasn't aware Steven Spielberg did the second segment. I always got the second segment mixed up with Amazing Stories,
which was also a Spielberg project.
Robert
Yeah.
Zemeckis.
Amblin.
Amblin.
Amazing Stories. I forgot about that one, man. There were like 3 episodes that I remember really well because they were horror themed. The best one was probably for me the "Kiss Me and I'll Be Yours Forever" episode. You remember that one where like the goop? So there's this nerd who gets this. He's a scientific nerd. He puts goop on magazines and the pictures come to life. And he's trying to create the perfect girlfriend. So he keeps trying it on all these like not quite porno, but like swanky magazines. And like he's not putting enough on there. So like this half chick appears and then like she melts a few minutes later because he has to kiss her to seal the deal. So every time he makes a new chick, she says, "Kiss me and I'll be yours forever." And then like I think one of his buddies comes by and steals the perfect one right before he gets to kiss her. He kisses her first. And then the final segment, he finds out that the girl who's been working with him all this time is really his true love, and he goes off with her happy ending. But then you see the goop is tilted and it falls over and it starts leaking onto an issue of Fangoria magazine.
Oh
yeah.
You know, that really sounds like a Tales from the Crypt episode. It's like the Harry Anderson episode.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss Tales from the Crypt.
Every Friday,
oh,
man.
Oh my God. It was so great. John Kassir as the Crypt Keeper. He's so fucking great.
Kills it with that music.
Yes.
Intro. Like the music is so good. All right. Anyway.
I know,
well,
right?
So we know, right? All these great anthology series really owe like a huge debt to Rod Serling.
It really lends itself to anthology stuff. Like,
yes, it does.
Oh yeah.
Perfect, man. They're perfect bedfellows, man.
So right before we get into the meat and bones of this thing, I do want to talk about Rod Serling in 1959 did an interview about what he wanted to do for TV. He had already done a whole bunch of really popular, successful TV shows, anthologies, because that's kind of all they really did in the 50s, other than I Love Lucy and the Honeymooners. And there were like really famous people, you know, in these made-for-TV anthology movies that he was doing, and he was hugely successful, but he wanted to do his own thing. And in this interview, he said, the networks get all their money from these sponsors. And so I have to like change what I say and what like the theme of the stuff that I want to put out. I have to change all of it because Colgate is upset that I might say the wrong thing and upset some customer, you know? So he was like, I want to do something different. And so like right after that, they gave him full control of Twilight Zone. And he did what he couldn't do before, which was tell the stories that he wanted to tell with the themes that he wanted to get across. And he could get away with it because in horror and in sci-fi, you can, let's say you want to talk about, you know, white people being mean to black people, you can make, instead of black people, they're Martians. Or
right.
You know, so he could twist the themes in such a way that he could get away with it. Star Trek would do the same thing later, but Rod did it first and he did it best. So very sad that he wasn't around by the time this movie was made. But
what year was this movie made?
83.
83. Yeah. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, I think in 86, I think this movie I think the movie being released when it was maybe kickstarted the second edition of the Twilight Zone that came out in the mid 80s.
Yeah, so it's funny what ended up happening because of the horrible tragedy with Vic Morrow. That dragged on for 3 years. And so in 86, the case finally was closed. They were found not guilty. There was an out-of-court settlement for the families of the 2 little girls who died and Vic Morrow's family. And then because it was in the news, there was a lot of buzz around the Twilight Zone all of a sudden. And that's when they decided, yes, let's go ahead and do the anthology series. And they had some great episodes too, man. Oh my God. Joe Dante, I think, did one called The Shadow Man.
Love Joe Dante.
Yeah, dude. And his segment is probably still my favorite, but I might have to change my tune about that because I watched Twilight Zone, the movie, again today and just bawled my fucking eyes out throughout the whole Spielberg segment. So
see, that was my favorite. And I my background with this movie was that I literally had seen it when I was like 8. And then the second time last night. So that was it. I went in completely blind, really. Because I mean, I remembered the John Lithgow segment, the want to see something really scary, and the whole background with the Vic Morrow death. That's all I knew. So yeah. It was and yeah, when I watched that one, I was like, this is the best one ever.
So let's start with just from the top. You've got the opening segment with Nemo's dad, Marlin, and
Albert Brooks and Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd.
From Defending Your Life.
And he sounds the same. Albert Brooks sounds exactly like Marlin in Finding Nemo because he is. And
Albert Brooks always plays Albert Brooks.
Yeah, he's always Albert Brooks. He's like Nicolas Cage.
And so
that's not nice.
I watched
I'm
this.
Just saying, it's just he's doing the thing.
I watched this with a client, and I'll cut this out. The client has an IQ of 68. She's 30 some odd years old. Okay. And I watched this with a client, and she's watching the movie for the first time ever and just glued to it. Right. And I loved it because I could gauge somebody seeing it for the first time and thinking, okay, she's kind of in the same mind frame that I would have been when I watched it for the first time, because she kind of has a 8-9-year-old mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching Albert Brooks fuck with Dan Aykroyd, like turning the lights off in his car.
What is up
like,
with that?
This is really scary shit. Like, if you want to see
the lights out,
he kind of had it coming, you know, if you think about it. It's like, dude. And it's funny to see Aykroyd get scared, and you think, okay, so this is Brooks fucking with Aykroyd, and it's scary. I mean, think about it. If you're going in a strange area, you're speeding through the night, and then you turn the lights off, and so you really do. You get this nice tense moment, and then they start reminiscing. And
I got the Nat Geo song stuck in my head for like a day and a half.
for me, it was for me it was
Hawaii 5-0.
5-0,
yeah.
See, we're doing it right now.
Welcome, Dano. Yes. And so what happened was my client is first like really tense, and she's like, "Oh, they're he's scaring him, and that's not nice, and that's mean, and they could die." And I was like, "Yeah." And then they start relaxing and reminiscing about these old TV shows with the theme songs. And all of a sudden, you're just relaxing. You're enjoying the moment, and you're thinking of the theme songs and like, what was the one you just did? The National Geographic.
Geo, yeah.
It was so funny the lyrics he was making up to go along.
Right,
with
the monkeys.
The monkey, look at him eat his food with a bone. Whatever it was. And then you're so relaxed, and then Aykroyd does his thing and is like, "Hey, you want to see something really scary?" And that scene, that moment is so fucking iconic to me, just personally. I mean, lots of people know about it, right? But just for me personally, that has followed me throughout my entire life because I was a kid. Because I was a kid when I watched it, and I was so relaxed in that moment because I knew all those shows, all those theme songs. And then he pulls over and he does the thing with the monster and
makes him pull over too.
Like, right, he doesn't do it while he's driving. Oddly enough,
but that whole intro is like a mini Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah.
And that was written and directed by Landis. To Landis's credit, brilliant director, brilliant writer. Not such a great human being.
Oh, God. Yeah. But what I love about Landis, and this is my connection to this as far as like American Werewolf in London, is that he always starts off with comedy. He always starts off with this he lulls you into this and like this like camaraderie between these two characters, usually two men, and they're doing their thing back and forth.
A pentagram on the wall,
right? Just silly, like talking about the women they dated or whatever. And then it's like hammer comes down, motherfucker, and it gets real.
Yeah, shit gets real quick, and it's like stick to.
And then you get the theme song, that classic opening, right? The dimension of sight and sound and that was the voice of like in mind. And you pointed it out. That is the voice of Burgess Meredith. Who was in that classic Zone episode with the glasses at the end of the world.
Yes.
So what a beautiful tie to the original series. And then we go right into the first segment, which the most famous thing about it, sadly, is the death of the actor who played this character, who was a bigot. Very uncomfortable scene where he's in the bar talking about, I just lost a promotion to a Jew.
Creighton Duke is in that scene.
Yes, I knew you were going to point that out. I'm not going to say it. Let's Slinky put it. Yes. Creighton Duke.
The only reason she's still your girl, Sheriff, is she hasn't had a taste of the Duke yet.
That's right.
That's the line. Go. I'm sorry.
Truer words. Yeah.
Is there a problem? Do you have a problem?
But he's spouting some straight hate stuff.
He says the N word like multiple times.
The N word, the K word. which kicking it old school with the anti
and the G word. So
he says some foul stuff, man. He says some
and
foul
all
stuff.
three racist things that he says, he ends up becoming throughout the rest of the segment.
Do you want to say the Black Christmas connection?
I would love to. Thank you. Yeah. So the one of his buddies that's sitting there trying to kind of tell him like, hey, you need to keep your shit down. Is Nash from Black Christmas. And he's also the coach that tries to get the other coach to lure Kim Cattrall up to the boys' locker room in Porky's. Same guy.
And who was the other guy? I know you know this. And all horror fans should know this. John Carpenter's other greatest movie of all time.
Wait, is it
that dude was totally in the thing. He had to have been. That's what I thought when I saw him.
Yeah,
the chubby guy, right?
Pretty sure, yeah, he is in the thing.
Yes. No, you're right. He totally is in the thing. Yes. I don't know this dude's name though. I can't. Sorry, guys.
Okay, I will look it up and tell you.
Damn it. That's one of the ones I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah. That's cool.
Don't show me what they look like now. Show me what they look like then. Fuck. I'm gonna have to edit all this out, damn it. Is it Larry Franco? No. Damn it.
Just go with that. But like no.
No, Charles Hallahan.
Is that it?
That's the guy. He was an American actor. The Thing, Twilight Zone, the movie, Vision Quest.
Vision Quest.
Cast a Deadly Spell. And he also did Hawaii Five-0. That's kind of cool. Right.
Oh, God.
But yeah, sadly passed away at the age of 54 in 1997 because us chubby guys don't tend to make it much
54.
That's young. That's young, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, so his poor buddies, right? They're trying to just do some damage control, but they also want to make him feel better, right, about his life. And yeah, he loses it, man. I've been there. I've been that douchebag in public, bitching about my life and having people look at me like, not a racist thing, but like just talking out of my ass, and yeah, moving to Indiana was the worst decision of my life. I'm surrounded by people from Indiana. Get the fuck out. So he does. He gets the fuck out. He leaves, and he's suddenly in Nazi Germany.
Mm.
One thing I really admired and it added to the realism is that you don't get any subtitles for when the Germans or the Nazis rather are talking.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's
you
just
don't know what the fuck they're saying.
Because he doesn't either, right?
Unless you speak German, or unless you speak Nazi.
Actually, I think it was occupied France is what I heard in one of the other videos. So not that it matters to me, but Nazis. Yeah, he was being accosted by Nazis,
taking just crack shots at the guy on the roof when he escapes out the window, and you're just like, yeah, welcome to the fucking machine, buddy. You want to talk all that smack.
It lends to it lends to the feeling of paranoia, and it lends to the feeling of being a stranger in a strange land, basically, which is his worst nightmare because he is incredibly myopic in his view of everything.
Yeah, and he gets a taste of his own medicine. It's that poetic justice of the Twilight Zone. He goes to seek refuge in a family's apartment, and they're like, get the fuck out.
Get out.
Like, hey, there's an asshole in here. Like, there's
Bad
a
here,
guy. Whatever.
Yeah, I love the ending of the segment where it's just he got his comeuppance. Pretty sure.
So that's interesting that it ended that way, and that's how it originally was supposed to end according to the script. However, the studio, for whatever reason, decided that they wanted a happy ending. Cool. And so in order to get a happy ending, Landis had to have them write in a scene in which his character becomes a hero and rescues these two little Vietnamese girls.
The Vietnam scene.
Yes.
Wow.
So it was going to end, if the tragedy had not occurred, it was going to end with Vic Morrow's character redeeming himself
by rescuing these children.
And everything went down the way it did. And so as much hate as Landis gets, yes, he was careless. Yes, he was not a good person. He has to live with that for the rest of his life, for one thing.
Yeah, and he was also very young
and ambitious.
We do stupid shit when we're young. Now, is that any excuse to be that, and also at that time period, there weren't these strict labor laws. There
Right.
weren't, these children and their parents were paid under the table.
That's how the studio got around the laws that were in place. Was, well, we'll
Right.
just we'll pay them under the table. Yeah, it's
it's like
kids were
but-
not supposed to be allowed to work at night. The studio did end up getting in trouble for that. They had to pay a lot of money out of court for that. And Vic Morrow's family were paid a lot of money out of court for what happened. His most famous family member, of course, being
Jennifer Jason Leigh, his daughter,
who was an utter badass as an actress. She got the gene, whatever that gene is that made him an amazing actor. She got it, and she's in a new show now. She's I saw her in a commercial for a brand new show where she's like, "What's the use of being a billionaire if I can't have people killed?" Like delivers her lines perfectly. But yeah, what a great actor and what a fucking awful tragedy. Did you notice John Larroquette?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
He said the N-word.
Yep.
But that unmistakable voice saying the N-word. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to say about it, though, because it is a little bit on the nose. It's not the best segment. It was actually, honestly, my least favorite segment out of the whole thing. Always has been. And it's a shame because Vic Morrow deserves better for his last movie.
But he's great in Humanoids from the Deep.
Yes.
I mean, he owns that role very much. Salmon rape.
Like, if Jennifer Jason Leigh listens to this podcast, like, yes, but my dad also did Humanoids from the Deep, and he was great in that. You know what? Yeah, let's not take anything away from him.
No.
Almost all great actors have done some early exploitation type stuff, and just a lot of them fucking nailed it.
I have that poster on my wall. So I mean, yes, it is salmon rape. And that's weird.
Salmon.
So we're not going to do the scared shitless yet because we still have 3 more segments to get through. But the scariest moment for me in that segment in particular was when he's up on the ledge and the Nazi asshole, of course, it's an 80s Nazi, right? He could have come right off of the set of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Is like fucking with him, like shooting, and then his buddy starts shooting out and they take turns.
They're giggling and shit, and they're just taking pop shots at the guy. So
they knew how to write Nazis in the 80s. It was a great scene, but very scary. And then boom, he does. He fucking falls like So
yeah, they look like the 2 Germans that are in Spies Like Us. The 2 German spies that they meet before they realize that they're the decoys, the fake spies kind of thing. All right. Anyway, it's another Landis movie. I'm fucking making a connection. If you pay attention.
Aykroyd too, right? Wasn't Aykroyd in?
Yes, Aykroyd and Chase. Spies Like Us is great.
And the other scene that sticks out for me is when he's getting on the train for the first time. They throw him in, and there's this moment where everything sinks in, and he looks at the Holocaust victims and realizes these are human beings, and I deserve this. He looks at him, and the look on his face, perfect acting, man. I mean, that moment, just freezing that moment where you see the look on his face, and then the looks on the faces of the Holocaust victims, just was everything. I was like, okay, this is good shit. So
I think the scariest moment for me in that whole segment is when they put the yellow star on him, because you know exactly what that means, and I know what that, and I mean, Sims, you've seen Cabaret, and that has the most startling fucking ending of a musical ever. And I saw that shit live. Like I went down to the theater and saw it, and I'd never seen Cabaret before. And then when they came on with that ending where they start just like slap everyone's got their stars and fucking end of the line. Yeah. It was like, Jesus Christ, So yeah, that was the moment during that segment that just was like, oh God,
I think for me, it's when he bumps into that Klansman and he gets set on fire.
That made me laugh.
Well, no, it's hilarious because it's like, fuck those guys, fuck them in their ears.
Right.
But the fact is, I was like, oh shit, he just fucked up one of their guys. So it was terrifying what they were going to do to him before. When
Yeah.
they took his watch and they were like, "Oh, you stole this, didn't you, boy?"
But then now that he's fried Cletus,
Now he's
all bets
fried
are
one
off.
of the fucking KFC guys. It's over for the guy. It's over for the guy because you're like, they are going to like just go scorched earth on this guy now. It's going to be horrible for him. But that's. I think I was scared for him, if that makes sense. But I was like, well, you're kind of getting what you deserve, so fuck you. But it's like, I was just like, yeah. Plus John Larroquette.
Amazing.
He just talks, and it's like,
So what's interesting is that there is a Night Court connection in this movie, right? So we have John Larroquette in that segment, and then
Fielding.
And then we Dan Fielding. And then
Roz.
we have Selma. I can't think of her last name right now.
I said Roz too. It's not Roz.
It's not Roz. Because Roz is the African American.
So what was the name of hers then?
She's Bull's little
the
friend.
first one. She was Bull's, right, and she plays in the segment, the Spielberg segment. So what is her name? Kick the can. Oh, Lord.
So she was Selma on the show as well. Okay. So her actual name is Selma Hacker, but her name on the show was Selma.
Was also Selma. Okay. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Night Court fan.
That's a nice gig if you can get it. Just call me by my real name. Oh, she was great on the show, and I love Roz, and I'm a little embarrassed that I mixed up the names, but yeah, Roz was fantastic as well. But I mean, Selma was just like such a great character on that
Night
show.
Court is when Brett Spinner is on there.
Oh, you mean Brent Spiner?
Spiner, sorry.
Data?
Data. No, it's Data. He plays a like Amish. He was like an Amish
They're
person.
from Czechoslovakia.
Oh, Czechoslovakia.
Their draw is from like Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And they play this couple. I can't remember the name of the couple, but it's like a reoccurring role for him and his wife. And they talk about how they sold all their early possessions and bought a hot dog cart. And grandma was on the Barca Lounge when the explosion happened and she got a speeding ticket. And it's like, it's fucking, how those characters didn't get a spin-off of that show, I'll never know. Because
that show has such great horror connections too. Harry Stone is in that TV movie version of It.
The cartoonist Tales from the Crypt.
Martin
Bull Shannon, yeah. He goes on to do Chud 2 or whatever.
He did the Two-Face in Batman cartoon.
No, that was him?
That was him.
That's so great.
Fucking Bull from Night Court, yeah.
Bull is in House.
He's
the first House,
the soldier. That's
yes.
Right. Fucking goddamn it. Yeah.
80s nerds, kids. Yeah, we're so old. I looked at our demographic today for the show, and it's like all over 35. It's like, yeah.
That's good.
I mean, that charts because Slinky and I are the same age, so.
Yeah. And that's good when it comes to talking shit about movies and stuff. Because it's like, oh, you remember this? Yeah, I sure do. Yeah.
I was 19. So
let's talk about the sentimental one, Steven Spielberg. And to me, the best character in that segment is the soundtrack. Jerry Goldsmith. Oh my God, like just instant waterworks for me, and I heard tones from Poltergeist and just all these other great movies that he's done. He has little snippets that sound like other movies that he's done. And I just felt Poltergeist during the whole thing, which instantly takes me back, to the early 80s. And Scatman Crothers, another horror connection, right? The Shining.
It's just so good, man. It's just so good. And I can't. So like, it really hit me just because my mom is 74, and part of being in a big Spanish family is that you take care of the elders until they pass. There is none of this like assisted living facility bullshit. Like no one's going into a home. And so
wrong state for that. God's waiting room.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's very true. But I mean, like I will take care of my mother until she passes away. And my mother very specifically. Yeah, I was very specific about she didn't want to pass away in a facility. And the thing that really upset me in that segment was
The family.
The poor. Oh my God! I wanted to set them on fire.
Yeah, no, not this week, Dad, or not this month, Dad. Like I was again. I bawled my fucking eyes out throughout the whole fucking episode. I'm such a pussy in my old age, man. I instantly related to the guy. Like, I have an adult daughter now who just got married in June, and I don't see her. And I went over and visited her, but she doesn't call me and say, come, it's what she does, right? Thank God I have a daughter who cares about me enough to, shoot me a line every once in a while, but it's not the same, right? When they leave home, they're supposed to leave home and go start their own lives and do their thing. So that's what I thought of. I'm like, this poor guy, that's going to be me in 40, 50 years. If I live that long, it's going to be, yeah, Dad, maybe not this month. Okay. Especially me being bipolar, right? Who wants a 90-year-old bipolar guy over for whatever canasta, but oh my God, so sad. Yeah, not this month, Dad.
Yeah. See, when you're a kid and watch that segment, it has no.
No, I hated it. I've seen the movie 100 times. Yeah, I've seen it, so many times, and I always hated that segment. And then, well, I didn't always hate it. It was my least favorite segment until today, till yesterday.
When you get older, like you said, you have grown kids. My daughter, she moved to Vegas, and so I don't see my daughter as much as I'd like to. Yeah. But the part of that segment that got me is after, spoilers, kids. After they all get turned into the young children again, they go to the scat man and they tell him, they were like, look, I had a hard life. I don't want to go through that again.
Mm-hmm.
And the
one kid's like, I'll have to go back to school. No way.
Yeah. So it's like when that part happened, I was like, wow. So it's not all like wine and roses, So it's just like,
where's my ring? I want my ring.
Yeah. So that part was like,
watching the segment again as a 48-year-old man who lived through the 80s, it was so 80s, man. Like, they had Jeopardy before Alex Trebek. There was an episode, a pre-Alex Trebek episode of Jeopardy.
Pre-mustache Jeopardy.
And I was watching it with somebody next to me, and I answered the Jeopardy question because I've seen the movie 100 times. She's like, "Oh, you knew that?" And I was like, "No, I've seen the movie 100 times."
So old, they're using cardboard cards to like lift up in front of the clues and stuff. Like it's before
the 500 hats of Bartholomew Cubbins. Yeah. Oh shit! What was the 500? What else? I mean, Halley's Comet was referenced. That happened, I think, 2 years later. But it was a buzz in the news at the time, and she said, "I saw Halley's Comet fly over," and she's like, "Oh, I was too young to see Halley's Comet, but I was going to see it when I turned 80." So that she's 78 because it came out 2 years later. Halley's Comet did you guys see Halley's Comet?
No, but I saw Night of the Comet.
Even better.
Oh, I guess we're gonna have to talk about that later.
Yeah, maybe.
I did see Halley's Comet. I had my little what do you call? Why am I thinking magnifying glass?
Fucking telescope.
Yeah. A cheap little telescope set up on an air conditioning unit outside, and it fucking started to fly over, and I just forgot all about it and just watched it. I didn't even look at it through the telescope. I was so amazed. And that's the kind of thing that Spielberg is so amazing at capturing, is those moments from your childhood, those memories, precious moments. He had all of the characters talk about what their favorite game was, what their favorite things to do when they were little. I love to dance, but she says later, like Slink said, not all of them wanted to be young, right? None of them did, except for ages. And she says, well, I can be old and dance,
Oh, I know. That was cool. I was like, it's just, yeah, dude, it's a fucking beautiful episode. That's a beautiful segment.
I'm pretty sure you and I talked about this. The cat
goes, oh yeah, because Slink and I talked about this. The cat turns in, he goes into a baby. He goes to baby kitten. He turns into a kitten. Little tiny.
Yeah. Oh, I never noticed that. Oh,
yeah. Fuck. Little orange meow meow.
I didn't notice it either. As many times I've seen this movie, because it came on Encore when
I was my God.
I watch it all the time. And yeah, as many times as I've seen it. But even the Spielberg part, all the color of that segment, all the sepia tones, and it's bathed in that the what do they call it, the golden hour or the magic
golden
hour?
magic hour, yeah.
and it's like the whole episode is just this gorgeous like gold, this rich amber color, and like it's really really cool. It's really neat. It's really
Agreed.
And so this magic Negro, I'm referencing the Key and Peele episode that called
man.
Oh shit!
as Key
I
and
know the
as
segment
Key
you're
and
talking
Peele
about, too.
as Key and Peele would say, Magic Negro, Scatman Crothers, who would probably be played by Morgan Freeman if they were to do a remake of this film today or in recent years, comes in and he allows all of these old people to become young again, but one of them sleeps through it, and then he wakes up and he sees that there's kids running around. They come back up to the room after they're done playing and reminiscing, and they're all still kids, and he sees them and he realizes, oh my God, I've missed out on an opportunity. Now that to me, when we talk about what's scary, death is scary to all of us, right? And he knows I'm going to be dead soon, and my fucking family doesn't come see me anymore, and life sucks, and fuck. And now all these people who I was, discouraging from playing when they were old, they got a chance to play and be young again, and I fucking blew it. And now there's one kid left who decided I'm going to be young and I'm going to go have adventures. And he says, "Let me come with you."
Pan. Yeah.
Let me come with you. And it just broke my fucking heart. I was like, oh my God, like fucking Spielberg, cut it out. Stab me in the heart. And what would you do? And he does the only thing he could do, right? The next day, you see the day after, he's out there playing Kick the Can. And it's such a fucking heartwarming episode, segment, moment. It's pure Spielberg. Jerry Goldsmith's soundtrack is pure 80s brilliance. And it has become my favorite segment of Twilight Zone, the movie, which I never thought I would say, but that's what age does to you kids. Your heart gets softer. Things that, involve your childhood and innocence and reminiscing, get to you when you get older. So
Well said. Well said.
Love it.
So then we come to the segment,
The cartoon one?
which is like the special effects guys, the practical guys must have a massive field day with.
Now is this Botine who did this, Slinky, or did Botine do the goblin on the wing?
I'm pretty sure Botine did everything.
Really? Okay.
I think in the credits it just said creature effects, or
it literally just said that, but I was wondering if they were talking about like one segment or all of the segments.
Yeah. Because the one thing I noticed about the credits is it just said who directed the segments or whichever. But I remember Botine's name came up and it was just like special effects, your boy, Botine.
Botine.
But the segment with Kathleen Quinlan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
hey, listen, she's a fox in that segment, man.
She's gorgeous.
When
She's
I say
gorgeous.
existential, you guys have no idea. I told you the story about my best friend at the time's mother, who was 28 years older than me. And what do you think the first thing I thought of was, I was the kid whose wishes come true, and this is my mentor. This is my personal goddess with the brown hair who's going to be with me for the rest of my life. There was something so appealing about that to me, that this beautiful woman decided to take this kid under her wing and be his. And she said it. She said, "Yes, I will stay with you forever." And that just it melted my heart. So this segment the Joe Dante segment was my favorite forever until yesterday. Because we change right over time. And so I no longer feel like getting what I want whenever I want it is the most important thing.
Or until she pisses him off.
Right. Yes. Good point. Very good point.
Well, his sister's upstairs with no mouth and,
oh my God.
Bug-eyed watching. I love the part where they show up to the house and the other family members just ransack her purse and bags.
You get the cigarettes out and looking at the family pictures. Oh, I miss going to the beach. Yeah.
Because you're like, what the hell is going on? And it has, I can never remember his first name, but it's McCarthy. He's the guy from Body Snatchers.
The original Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
McCarthy,
yeah.
Kevin McCarthy from Inner Space.
From Inner Space, right.
What a great fucking actor.
And Piranha.
And Piranha. That's right. He's the mad scientist.
It was Ethel. Yeah, it was Ethel.
And I love it when he's pulling God knows what out of that hat. He makes him do the magic show.
Yeah, the look on his face, like I have no idea
creepy.
what I'm about to pull out, but
Yeah,
fuck
because
me.
going into it, you're like, what the hell is he gonna play? But the rabbit he pulls out of that hat, it's like
Oh.
affects guy's wet dream, man.
Mhm.
So speaking of amazing character actors, before they get to the house, right when he first meets Kathleen Quinlan's character at the arcade, at the diner or whatever,
Dick Miller, motherfucker.
Woo! That's right.
who I think of Gremlins, but then also just so many cult movies over the years and horror
Piranha.
movies.
Piranha, like come on, yeah.
The original Little Shop of Horrors.
The Burbs.
That's right, the original.
He's in the Burbs.
He's amazing, dude. I love that guy. Like he just come on.
Hollywood royalty, yeah.
Yes. Well, he's horror, absolutely.
A horror royalty for sure.
Horror royalty in Hollywood.
But it's funny, like the character he's playing is sleazy, right? He's like totally macking on Kathleen Quinlan, and it's so funny. It's like one of the diner patrons or one of the workers there is like, "Hey, you got a phone call? It's your wife." And she looks at him like, "Oh." He's like, "Oh shit, yes, it's my fucking wife." As I'm flirting with Kathleen Quinlan. So.
And boys, do you know who Kathleen Quinlan is married to in real life?
Somebody amazing, I'm sure, since she's Kathleen fucking Quinlan.
She's Kathleen fucking Quinlan.
She is married to Bruce Abbott from Reanimator.
What? Ah, that's so cool.
Yep. Did not know that. She dropped some knowledge on me. Did not know that.
She's in my top 10 favorite brunettes for sure.
I had a feeling. I said, "Oh, we're gonna get Sims and the cat."
Yeah, there's gonna be a whole segment on just the Quinlan. Yeah, got it.
So she backs into his bike, which of course was set up, right? He wants to lure her to the house. So to get a ride home, he has her crash his bike. She takes him to the house. Now, I never noticed this before until yesterday. If you look, there's a bunch of abandoned vehicles around the house.
Oh, how very that's very Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Very creepy, very strange. Yep. And they're all dusty and they've been there for a while. And oh fuck, that's creepy, man. I never noticed that. And then they get in the house, and of course we meet all the great cast of character actors, including was it Yardley Smith? No.
That's what I said. I thought that was Yardley Smith.
It's wait, you mean
the other Bart Simpson, the voice of Bart Simpson.
It's actually Nancy Cartwright.
Nancy Cartwright. I always, because they have cool names, so I get them mixed up. Yardley Smith has done some amazing stuff too, but Nancy Cartwright, you can hear Bart Simpson the whole time. Like she sounds like fucking Bart Simpson when she talks. Yep. What a great bunch, a motley crew of character actors. And yeah, they're going through the purse. They're trying to act like, everything is perfect. They're the perfect family.
Oh, he always gets what he wants. Like when they eat dinner and they're like slopping ice cream down and all this shit. Oh, God.
And then, of course, Kathleen Quinlan, she doesn't know the rules, right? She doesn't know that he has these powers. So she's like, well, you don't eat like this all the time. And they're just frozen in terror. Oh, shit, you said something that he might not agree with, and that's right. Yeah, you shouldn't eat like that all the time. You would never say that to me, Oh, boy.
When he puts that chick in the cartoon, man, like, oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord. And then she gets eaten by that weird, like, monkey monster dragon. It was like it's
like a Florida man alligator.
Yeah. It was like
the creatures that were going by on the screen reminded me of like Pogo the Clown and like all of the weird, bizarre, large-eyed creatures that psychotic people draw, and like schizophrenics, and people who are on the edge of sanity. If you look at some of the artwork, the eyes are often like very large and the smiles are a little unsettling. And well,
there's that game that came out a couple years ago called Cuphead, and it's done in that very similar animation.
Yeah.
The eyes are giant.
I love that fucking game. Did you watch the cartoon, the Netflix show
for Cuphead?
Yeah, it's funny.
No, I have a bunch of the toys because they're cool. Like I have the devil.
Yeah, check out the show sometime. It's very entertaining.
Awesome.
Very 1930s opioid 1930s.
Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah. Chase the dragon while you draw this.
So, yeah, we have the little boy who looks a whole lot like my son, actually. I was taken aback. I was really shocked. I was, holy crap, he looks just like my son.
Jeremy Light. That's his name. And the only way I figured out who he was, because when I first saw him, I kind of get a little bit of a Barrett Oliver vibe from Neverending Story,
Neverending Story,
right?
yeah.
And Daryl and all the others. And but then I looked him up and I was like, oh shit, he was on Valerie. He was on the fucking Hogan Family show with Jason Bateman.
That's where I know him from. I used to watch that show, the Hogan Family.
Yeah, so that's where he came from. And I was like, oh shit, he's the other kid. He's the not Jason Bateman.
Because that's the show where it was Valerie's family.
Yeah, but it was Valerie, and then Valerie died, and then Sandy Duncan came in and took over, and it was the Hogan family.
That's right. That's where I knew him from. Because I was like, I know that fucking kid from somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. I was worried.
Wow. Yeah. But she goes to flee. She opens the door, and there's like that giant eyeball, which is very.
Oh my god.
And it's like, I'm sorry, Kathleen Quinlan, but I would be more terrified of shitty little kid with magic fucking powers
than the eyeball outside.
So I would take my chances with the giant eyeball and end up like an MTV commercial or something.
Because maybe he'll do to you what he did to his real parents and his sister.
And his real sister.
You never even find out about his real parents either. You never find out
which is a great fucking device, right? Like you just it's left to your imagination. Like if he did something so awful to his sister,
the grim reality of his sister. It's just like she has to like no mouth and just wow.
That was used in so many promotional materials at the time too. I remember Fangoria having images of the mouthless sister all over the place and like in the commercials and stuff. Very uncanny valley, right? And
creepy.
So we're not quite at the scared shitless yet, but that fucking rabbit, oh my god, it's still
that's it.
The other creatures, the one that has the big
glowing
air and the eyeballs and
starts out as a Tasmanian devil and then it just keeps getting freakier and freakier with each incarnation.
No, that part that used to bug me out when I was a kid.
That's
just the creature effects.
That's kind of one of those things that I love about Dante is that Dante has a very good sense of humor about things. He has a very like black sense of humor, but then he can really scare some like he can make some scary shit. Oh yeah, really genuinely scary.
The howling,
cartoonish, but also really horrifying.
What you even mentioned this before. You said it has very creep show-esque lighting.
The lighting, right? The red in the background. Yeah.
I would say Madman.
The construction of the house too. It's all like not angular. It's like off. It's like MC Escher
Everything's
off.
Askew in that segment.
Yes.
Even
it is.
Interiors,
architecturally speaking, it's like wonky. Like the inside of that house in Dreamscape when he's got the little kid. And they're in
it's like it would look in a little kid's imagination, including the colors. The colors reminded me of my favorite Looney Tunes cartoon with Elmer Fudd singing with Bugs Bunny, the What's Opera Doc. Some of the colors were stuff that you would never see in a normal cartoon. They were like,
it's like that
magenta and off.
Crayons where you get like the 8 colors.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's because as a kid, that's the only color spectrum in your brain. You don't know about eggshell or.
So the ending, of course, the family is gone. Where are they? Well, they're somewhere that they're far away from me, which is where they want to be, right? So it can't be anywhere good. So it's just him and Kathleen Quinlan.
What happened to the mouthless sister?
Yeah, she gone too.
Yeah,
he's probably glad that she's gone. Well, hopefully, who knows, right? Is that a happy ending though? You're supposed to think, well, yeah, this is a happy ending. The kid gets a mentor and they're riding off into the sunset and there's flowers and it's peaceful and it's a beautiful music's playing. But if you think about everything that just happened, till he pisses
like all she has to do all she has to do is upset him once and
put that GI Joe down and all of a sudden she explodes in the Eckarts.
And she's already instantly trying to kind of push her limits with him. Like, okay, well, can you not do that anymore, please? It's like, ooh, this lady's got balls, but
see, there's a way she does it though. Like you just said, can you not
in the gentle Kathleen Quinlan way.
Good for.
I love that the two of you just went dead fucking silent. By the way.
For sure. Like, okay, so it's not really a happy ending if you think about it. It's more like, till she fucks up. And then we have probably the most famous segment from this movie, just because it was the first thing I remember ever seeing John Lithgow in, although he did a few other significant things. He was in like,
I remember him in Santa Claus.
Oh, he isn't. He is in the Santa Claus the movie.
DZ Toys.
But it was the first thing that I really noticed him in, and he is just fucking incredible. Like he's one of the greatest character actors of all time. He's just brilliant. He's Lord Farquaad. He's the quirky guy on Third Rock from the Sun. He's fucking Chamberlain, you know.
Monster.
Raising Cain.
Raising Cain. Oh,
my God. Like just an actor's actor. And this was like the one that kind of put him on the map. And just from the get-go, man, they start off in that bathroom. He's locked himself in the bathroom. He's terrified of flying and just sweating buckets and nervous and shaking. And the stewardesses, they have
That's right.
Sedatives. They have
sedatives in there. I love that they're just like, hang on, let me get you some mama's little helper. You know,
I'm not supposed to do this, but you know, you're being a pain in my ass, so here you go.
Now, Sims, did you recognize one of those stewardesses?
I did, but I couldn't place what she was in. You talking about the blonde?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's Donna Dixon. That's Mrs. Dan Aykroyd from Bosom Buddies, Dr. Detroit, as well as Spies Like Us.
Okay, that's why
that's where I know her
recognized
from
her.
Bosom Buddies, because I used to watch that show all the time when I was a kid.
And what a beautiful woman she is.
18 different shades of hot.
Yeah, she's gorgeous, man.
Oh she's
gorgeous.
God.
I miss the hair. Yeah, I miss women's hair from the 70s and 80s. You know, the flowing kind of wavy
blonde
look. Yeah.
I do want to say something about this segment, though. I watched a documentary on YouTube, so it had to be true, about there is a unspoken thing in like the pilot community of airliners where if the maintenance guys show up to do repairs on an engine or something and they see like grizzled wires and stuff, it's common practice for pilots and people who work in the industry to chalk it up to goblins and
gremlins. Yeah.
Gremlins. Which is funny, Joe Dante. But
that came out before Twilight Zone and before the Twilight Zone episode. So the Gremlin was a Bugs Bunny cartoon. It's one of the very few cartoons where Bugs gets a taste of his own medicine, and there's this fucking gremlin thing on the airplane fucking with him. And it's one of the funniest scenes ever. He gets terrified because the plane is about to crash, and you see he like melts down the seat in fear. And this gremlin thing has caused this plane to crash. And it was a common thing in World War II that's what they would say, was that there was a gremlin, on the plane.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Nightmare at 30,000 Feet. What I kept asking myself was, who the fuck is that little girl? What else have I seen her in? When I watched it yesterday. And she is in Cloak and Dagger. You remember that movie with the kid?
Yeah. Coleman. Woo!
Yep. She's in Mr. Belvedere, which was a very charming TV show.
Wait a second. Is she the daughter on Mr. Belvedere?
No, she's only in one episode.
Okay, all right.
She's in The Wizard in one episode. So not a whole lot. She was in the TV series for Harry and the Hendersons, which is a kind of a nice John Lithgow tie, but it's probably how she got the role, right? She's like, come on, I've worked with him. But only 2 episodes. And then a movie in 2017 called An Accidental Zombie, which doesn't look great. So she has not had a good career at all. Poor kid. And who knows why? I mean, I haven't researched her on Wikipedia or anything, but wherever you are, I loved your fucking role. It was like amazing to see this sassy, smart ass little girl talking like an adult and putting these people in their place. And I noticed she takes a picture of the stewardess doing something she's not supposed to. Mm-hmm. And she says $4 for this picture. It's like, this kid is fucking smart. You know,
right.
Like if you don't want your boss to find out that you were handing sedatives to a client or to a passenger, you're going to have to give me $4 for this picture. You know, like how fucking cool is that kid?
Mm-hmm.
So, no smoking.
Narc.
Yeah, you can smoke on the plane. Oh yeah.
A totally different time. Oh my
And there's
god.
like oxygen tanks rolling out from underneath the fucking chairs, and just like go ahead and light it up, man. Go ahead and light
I
it up.
will say it's probably a good time to do the scared shit list.
You will be scared shitless.
The scared shit list, of course, if you're new to the show, is the moment on the show where we discuss the scariest moments of the film, what actually scared us, what we believe is scary about this fucking movie. And growing up, Twilight Zone, the movie, this segment, this scene where the gremlin walks up or runs up to kind of flies, actually, floats over to John Lithgow and grabs his face with that nasty ass hand.
Oh.
And then you see the full hideous, yes, with the dreads.
Yeah.
Like, what a great creature design. And then grabs him with his nasty ass hand. And then you see this huge shit eating grin on the creature's face. And then he waves his finger.
He does the
Yep.
shame.
Shame.
You're not going to tell nobody about this, and nobody's going to find out, but you and I know. It's like, fuck me. Oh my God. But yesterday or today, actually, I found something even scarier. And I'm getting the willies thinking about it. There is a very brief clip, a very brief scene. The first time that the creature is face to face with Lithgow in the window, there's a flash of lightning, and you see Lithgow's reflection in the window really quickly, and his eyes are bugged out of his fucking
I was
head.
going to mention that. I think the effects casted his face, and they put like air things in his eyeballs just for that split second. Because
it almost looks animated, like they purposely
like poof.
And it's like, what were they trying to do? Were they trying to do like an old school cartoon where the character is scared and his eyes are popping out of his face? If that's what they were going for, it didn't fucking work. It got me. I mean, again, I look at the story of Little Miss Nobody and just think the worst possible thing. She's a doppelganger. It's something awful. So for this character, I'm like, is he insane? And this whole fucking thing is just something that he is seeing. And in that brief moment, you see how fucking gorked out of his mind this guy really is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it got me to thinking, who is this character exactly? And they do give you some hints about who John Lithgow's character is supposed to be. He wrote a book. He wrote a book about AI.
The left side of your brain.
But with computers. He's a computer designer.
Physics.
And I'm like, this goes a lot fucking deeper than what I realized growing up. There's a lot more to this character. There's a lot more to this segment. There's a lot more to this scene. So I'll be
just a replacement for
Shat. I'll be jumping down some rabbit holes for sure in the next couple of months and revisiting just this particular scene because of that moment where his eyes are bugged out of his fucking head, and the book, realizing that there's more to this guy. So
is this the segment that was written by Richard Matheson?
Yes. Yep. And directed by the George Miller, right? The director of The Road Warrior and Mad Max.
Yeah, Mad Max.
Who was just chilling out at a party with Spielberg, and Spielberg was like, "Hey, you want to be in my movie? Okay."
Oh, I miss those days.
All right.
People are just like pumping gas, and it's like, "Hey, kid, want to be in a movie?" And it's an actual movie, not a fucking thing. You should, like,
yeah.
Newport Richie,
But yeah, the grab, and the bugged out eyes, Lithgow's scene, scariest moment for me in that segment. Of course, the rabbit in the other segment, the mouthless girl. Was there anything scary in Spielberg's segment? Not really. Just the thought of, it's more of an existential scariness.
Sad.
Like, yeah, we're gonna fucking die someday, and this is the You know what though? They let him sing. I love that they let him sing at the end of it. You get to hear him scat, so that was so cool.
See, Scatman Crothers.
And the Nazis are always scary, right? So all right, how about you guys?
You covered everything as far as like, because we kind of have been doing it segment by segment as far as like scared shitless, right? So I mean, Vic Morrow segment, Yellow Star, the Amblin segment, rather, the Spielberg segment, just the fear of that, the fear of ending up in a home, and that's how where your kids just leave you there and nobody comes and visits you, and that's just fucking horrible. And then the cartoon segment, the fucking rabbit, because it's horrible. And then the mouthless sister, that would be the other one. And then Okay, am I missing another segment?
Well, the final segment, we do have the Redux, right? We have
Right.
Aykroyd in the ambulance, right? I'm practically a hero.
Aykroyd and CCR coming back at you.
Yes, that's right. CCR.
Well, when you wake up in the morning. Yeah,
It
baby.
was originally done by Leadbelly. We'll just throw that out there.
Oh, Slink. Look at you dropping knowledge.
Is there any legitimate rock band from the 70s that didn't steal their shit from
Leadbelly? Yeah,
exactly.
That's true, actually. That's very, very true.
So, okay, let's see. What first? Oh, are you finished? Did you go?
Oh, I'm totally finished. And then obviously the goblin on the wing thing. I mean,
it's all right. The first segment we got, it's got to be the Nazis, I think, because again, they're joking and you don't know what they're saying.
So fucking evil. Yeah.
They're taking pop shots at the guy, you know.
Yeah, evil is the universal language for sure.
Well, plus Nazis suck.
mm-hmm.
I stand unified with Indiana Jones. I hate these guys. So yeah, the first segment is the Nazis, of course. The second segment, it's his teeth, man. I'm just kidding.
You're so bad.
It didn't scare me, but it made me think like, oh shit, is the scene with the guy and the family? And they're like, oh, not this week, Dad, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you rotten little shit. So then the cartoon or the Quinlan segment.
Oh, God, y'all, really?
I mean, the Quinlan segue.
Jesus Christ.
It's the rabbit, but the sister, man, without her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And plus McCarthy. McCarthy kind of, he really owns that whole segment, man. I love him. I love watching him. The creature on the wing. I think Sims is right, man. There's that part where he fucking grabs his face and he's got there's precipitation on his face from the cloud.
Slime from
slime from the creature and
ew.
That But the part that always got me about that segment is when the plane lands and you see the damage that it did.
Yeah, the repair. Yeah, the guys. You're like, shit. Oh my god, holy Toledo is what he said. Yeah, holy Toledo.
Yeah, fucking Joe Dante's around here somewhere. And then I think the opening segment with Dan Aykroyd and Albert Marlin is scary because you see him, he's wow, and they add that cheetah roar and stuff like that. But the end, where
you don't see, but you know it's coming. Yeah.
And you know what's coming because he puts on Midnight Special and then the fucking thing just takes off and you're like, oh.
And then you see Lithgow's face because in a way he senses like, wait a minute, this isn't over.
Yeah.
It's like he knows what's coming too. Yeah.
But my
want to see something really scary.
Yeah, dude. Once he says that, you know it's like, oh man. Plus you don't see Albert Brooks, you don't see Marlon. So you're like, oh, what's up?
And you get to hear Serling's actual voice.
That's my favorite part of the movie is when Serling comes in and does his narration. You know?
And that classic theme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I used to have comic books from this movie. Not from the movie, but from the Twilight Zone period. They were in 3D. They had glasses and stuff. They were
wow.
Yeah.
I don't like to rate movies like this because, again, I watched it when I was little. I watched it in my 20s. I've watched it for years since it came out, and I've felt differently about each segment over the years. Of course, I have my favorites, but as a pushing 50-year-old guy, how would I compare it to other similar films? Again, it's my second favorite anthology movie. Do with that what you will. Compared to like Casablanca or The Wizard of Oz, no, okay, it's probably less of a 10 and closer to a 5 or a 6 for me. But it's hard to rate movies like this because they're time capsules. You know, they serve their purpose and they continue to serve their purpose. They become part of the pop culture. And so you don't really rate any things like that. Do you want to see something really scary? Will always be with us. It will always be one of my favorite questions to ask. And as we all know, the only right answer to that is no. It's fucking no.
I mean, like Slink and I had a conversation about the fact that like there are people out there that don't know where that's from. Yeah, they don't know where that line is from.
I've said that to people and they were like, oh, what movie is that from? I'm like, you son of a bitch.
It's like go away.
Exactly.
Or they'll make the idiot comment like, sure. What? No,
you're never supposed to say yeah.
What do you mean, sure? Scare me.
Oh, ew.
And I think about Wayne's World where the guy's like, do I frighten you? Do you want me to?
Do you want me to?
Wayne's World.
But no, this movie's excellent, and it's funny because it's one of those rare anthology flicks that I have a highlight, where there's a highlight from every segment.
Yes.
You know, usually like when you talk about Creepshow or Creepshow 2 or whatever, it's like, oh, the raft, or
Creepshow 2.
know, hey lady.
Yeah. Thanks for the ride.
Hey, yeah, thanks for the ride. Dover, going to Dover.
Right.
But this one's like completely standout, I think, where it's just, I mean, it's well crafted. I mean, you got Spielberg, Joe Dante, like the names on it's like a who's who, you know, Richard Matheson, for Christ's sakes. Just
4 of the greatest directors of all time.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I don't know if Slinky.
John Larroquette in it. Come on.
Yeah, John Larroquette makes an appearance.
Saying the N word.
You got the cool night court connection or whatever.
Yeah.
So you know that after this movie, Spielberg cut off all ties with Landis because of what happened.
He did. And I think that's Landis's fault. I think that you can have grace for somebody who's young and makes mistakes and does the wrong thing, but the way that he handled himself after the fact, there was a lot of self-preservation. There was a lot of shifting of blame.
Oh, yeah.
And when you fuck up on that level, the only right thing to do is humble yourself and make amends. And
it's like, dude,
not how it went down.
You killed kids, bro. You fucking decapitated.
And a great character
actor. Movie. That's
for a movie, and he's even heard.
And that's what Spielberg said to him was, I don't know if he said it to him, but he said, "No movie is worth someone's life."
No, not at all.
You know,
like,
and I mean,
Landis
was the one who was on the walkie going, "Fly lower, fly lower, fly lower." So,
and somebody said to him, "This isn't going to end well. This is wrong. It's not going to go right." And he said, "You ain't seen nothing yet." Those words came out of his face, and he was right. But it's like, okay, careful what you wish for, asshole.
Yeah.
So,
Lord,
ambition, youth, stupidity.
Because I said this the other day to Erin too. I was like, anything I've ever seen Landis in, he's always smiling.
Yeah, Landis is a happy motherfucker.
Yeah, but see, I wasn't aware of any of this stuff.
Right, I told Slink this last night.
Yeah, I had
Slink had no idea about.
You know, he went on to have a career. He did Michael Jackson's Thriller, of course, which is the greatest video of all time.
I'm very familiar with Landis. Very familiar.
But then after that, he started to peter out, and the reason for that is because everybody knows, you know. And so not only does he have to live with, you know, his poor decisions, his ambition that led to the deaths of these innocent children, and a great character actor, but then he also has to live with the loss of his career. He was one of the greatest directors of all time, and that was slowly eroded over time because people don't want to be associated with the mentality that led to that tragedy. So
yeah, because it's kind of like, I mean, it was like Coming to America, and Spies Like Us is definitely a Landis movie.
Shit just dropped off. Yeah.
And then it just dropped off. It was like, I think Innocent Blood truly is the last like theatrical release that he did.
Like 93.
I think so. I love me some Innocent Blood.
I wrote a review of it for Mobster.
I absolutely fucking love that movie. I think it has all of these amazing horror cameos in it. It's fantastic. Anne Parlotte is an absolutely gorgeous woman. She's fucking naked.
I would compare it to Rockula in the sense of the rabbit holes that you can jump down are just endless with Innocent Blood.
I just like his vampires taking out mobsters. That's great.
How fucking cool is that? Yeah.
Robert Loggia, down.
Yeah, Robert Loggia, man. Fucking, what's his name? Anthony LaPaglia. Fucking great cast.
Australia's own.
Yeah. But it's like, why did it take so long for that idea to come to fruition? Like a vampire taking out mobsters. Like,
fantastic.
Had one taking out virgins with Jim Carrey and fucking Ted. Like so.
Oh, Once Bitten. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie.